Blessings, everyone. Before commencing with the individual sign weekly readings, let us have a look at the incoming wave or general shift that is coming to all people. Remember, incoming waves extend beyond the single week in influence. These are shifts in the energetic dynamic that are integrating into the new normal. Please also remember, though this wave is already being experienced by many, including myself, these are forecasts of incoming changes. They are not intended to be immediately relatable to those viewing ahead of time, and so they may not be right away. This wave is personified by the Hermit and the Fool. At a glance, it almost felt paradoxical, but that is not so. There is much movement here. This week begins a turn towards deep transition with many trade-offs. The Hermit presents a shift that is spiritually and energetically altering the personal landscape, while the Fool ushers forth new beginnings and departures from old journeys. It is a feeling of abrupt turns and trades, as many stories and phases are suddenly brought to an end to make room for fresh starts and clean slates. Freedom. With this also comes resurrection and connection opportunities with many aspects of self and spiritual kin across many spaces and lifetimes. Remember the return to innocence energies that began to take hold in March. This may be difficult or uncomfortable for those invested in a focus or an outcome, especially if personal healing or identity is wrapped up in that focus or outcome. Remind them of the importance of flow. Show support for the choices to stop going in circles. It's okay to take time away from spaces and those who are not, or choose not to be, ready to take on this week. Make as much room as you can for your gifts. Let the wave do its work. Remember, there is grace here. The new presents before the old departs. Explore the options presenting with discernment and non-judgment. Let the arrival of new opportunities, adventures, breakthroughs, foreignness, and reunions be the mixed bag blessing it is. Alright, Cancer, now that we've had a chance to look over the incoming wave as it applies to everybody, and not just for this week, but what's coming into your life henceforth, let's have a look and see how it lands for you. Quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com, or of course you may also simply follow the links below. And thank you very much for everyone who is liking, sharing, and subscribing. So what is going on when it comes to your cards? Well, the archetypal themes this week is very interesting. We actually have the Justice card upright, and we actually have this presentation of everything's highest potential. And that's a really cool energy to kind of get to look at every once in a while. When I say everything's highest potential, I am talking about, you know, when it comes to your material concerns, your health concerns, your work concerns, your relationships, family, all of that stuff. Because with the Justice card, you're kind of getting to see kind of an abstract behind everything. Because remember, the archetypal themes, that affects all areas of your life at once. When you're getting to see what the bigger picture, the full story, the culmination, the net result is, then you get a chance to see what the ultimate potential for you is to grow, succeed, and enjoy that experience to be. What I like about the Justice card, however, is also when we talk about what we just mentioned with the incoming waves, we talk about trade-offs and things like that, it's something that's being given to you. The ultimate version of each of these areas is being shown or being granted to you to play with, to experiment with. Now, that is ultimately, of course, up to our free will. But the Justice card, you know, historically has always been seen as a very strong card of a set timeline, or you might call it destiny. Now, you know me, I don't believe fate is set in stone, right? I believe it's a tide. It's a strong tide, it's a weak tide sometimes, but our free will does matter. And if you come to this channel for fatalistic readings, you're at the wrong channel. But with the Justice card, we do actually have this opportunity to kind of get a glimpse of where everything's future is going to be. But what I also find cool is that the highest, or I guess the most primary reality, or the most primary version, is also going to present, like we talked about with the incoming wave. So you're going to see the best versions and be able to compare them to the versions that you're working with. You know, a version of this project versus a version of this project, a version of this kind of family versus a version of this kind of family, a version of this kind of job. You know, it's a really, really cool game you get to actually enjoy. In fact, as we step into news and arrivals, well, we have the Two of Cups upright. And it does look like a dream ally, a dream collaborator, you know, perhaps even a one-on-one commitment, but maybe not necessarily always romantic. It could just as easily be business or friendship, is going to be presented this week for a lot of you. And I do feel that this has a lot to do with that Justice card energy of perhaps even presenting maybe even somebody from a level of soul family, right? And if you haven't checked it out, my How to Connect to Your Soul Family, the Oversoul energies, Twin Flame energies, that meditation, that guided meditation is up, and it's in the down bar below, so you can open that up and check it out if you want. But with the Two of Cups, it does look like there is kind of a breakthrough coming in where sort of, a dream collaborator, teammate, ally, commitment partner is going to be kind of stepping forward, either through a social circle, family circle, or some other kind of social network. So you want to make sure that you have a way to include them, because I feel very strongly that this is somebody who is going to be very, very much resonant with you as though you lived a completely different life. But it is you on the inside. As we get down to material resources, we actually have the Four of Cups upright, and a lot of you are in a space where you are getting a chance to see sort of a golden opportunity maybe rise out of a lot of distractions. Because I'm looking at the Four of Cups, there is something going on here where we might be accidentally preoccupied with too many distractions of whether it's a financial distraction, a professional distraction. And with the Four of Cups, we actually have something being added very slowly, very subtly, very humbly into your life. And it is a very humble gift. You know, I always say with this card, it's a positive thing, but sometimes, you know, if a person's really wrapped up in, you know, kind of like the superficial realities, they might not necessarily see what's happening, right? If they really need everything to be bombastic and hyped, they're not going to see this gift. But I feel like with the Four of Cups, this is something that is coming out of the blue. And with the Justice card, I do feel like it's sort of a way up and a way out of a situation that might be going in circles. And this could, of course, bring a breakthrough with money, a breakthrough with your, you know, when it comes to an employment opportunity, if you need me to spell it out for you. But be careful. This is something as well that if you're not careful, because it doesn't look like everything else, you might not think it's real. And that would be a mistake. So moving on to relationships, we actually have the Seven of Wands upright. And relationships are going incredibly well this week because it does look like a partner, somebody you're seeing, or even somebody you're just meeting this week already is demonstrating qualities that means that they're actually capable of also kind of merging and working with you in other areas of your life than just maybe a compartmentalized romantic capacity or, you know, or marital capacity. In fact, with the Seven of Wands, a partner or crush is going out of their way to fight with, you know, with whatever opposition or adversarial energies that you are already walking into the week with. I'm actually seeing even new people coming in with information, strategies, connections that you can immediately put to use in your own life. Again, kind of like that dream collaboration opportunity. This could be a partner, this could be somebody new. But with the Justice card also influencing this, it's important to remember that this is somebody, or maybe even somebody emerging from within your partner, or again, if you're available, it's somebody new, that is basically changing your entire understanding of how to get to your goal, how to get to, you know, a dream outcome for yourself. Because remember, if we're overly invested in a journey following a certain path or a certain trail, it can be a huge trap, a huge trap. So this is a week where a lot of you are going to see partners, collaborators, even new gifts kind of coming in to kind of help break that mold, take off any blinders that we might have there, because again, highest potentials are going to be revealed for witness. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.